or are we going to see him be the Mandalore, which I'm assuming he's going to be, because obviously Boba Fett is not going to. They kind of just push Boba Fett to the side.
Yeah, they kind of, So speaking of Boba Fett, like when they were talking about bringing a Boba Fett show, I said the only way they can really bring that show in is if they show how he survived the Sarlacc pit.
Yeah,
and they did.
And they did.
They did.
No Dengar, but yeah.
But then they just kind of, it's like he turned into some like crime boss of Jawas past. I'm like, what the?
I didn't hate that so much, but I was like, yeah, they put him. Okay, he's going to be a lowly crime boss when in the books he was supposed to become the Mandalore. I liked how Boba Fett started it. I thought it made perfect sense for his character.
Oh, it was great when I started.
You know, where they left off in Return of the Jedi, and then when he actually got out of the Sarlacc, I was like, oh, here we go. Where's Dengar to save his ass? And
where's Dengar?
Dengar never showed up, and what happened? Jawa knocked him out and stripped him of his Mandalorian armor.
Yeah, and then the Tusken Raiders took him under his wing. I'm like, dude, where's Dengar? What happened?
And it's unfortunate, and that's how a lot of these Star Wars or these Disney Star Wars shows are. They start off strong, and then they just don't stick the landing. And then when they put the Mandalorian in the Boba Fett show, that was it for me.
That was Boba's like exit out of there.
Not even that, just Luke Skywalker in general too. That and then Ahsoka. All those characters just took all of Boba Fett's like thunder that he had going on.
And he had Boba Fett was probably my favorite character growing up. I wanted to be Boba Fett as a kid.
And that's what I loved about that show is that they actually gave Boba Fett a character. You literally saw Tamora Morrison, who played Jango Fett, be
in all the clones.
Be Boba Fett. And the only time you ever saw Boba Fett really talk is in Empire Strikes Back, unless you saw him in the Clone Wars cartoon when he was a kid.
Yeah, that's right. When he was a kid,
I just like the fact that he was trying to turn over a new leaf. A lot of people didn't like that. I personally thought as a character development, and that, like I always say, just from when I do my own writings and just reading stories in general, the best characters are the ones that develop.
Yeah,
you can't keep a certain character the same all the time. Like, okay, you can have him walking around in his helmet, not talking, but what's the end game? We get it, but we need some sort of development. And I think the fact that Boba Fett was trying to turn a new leaf, even though he kind of failed, and who was that? Who was Ming-Na Wen? Who did she play? Fennec Shand.
Fennec Shand.